Good morning, everyone. I'm Bill Murray with this breaking news alert. A fire in downtown Huntington, as much of downtown shut down right now, as battles and going on right now to help save the Morris building in downtown Huntington. This is the corner of 4th Avenue and 9th Street. I think we've got some video we can show you right now of what's actually happening downtown. This is video that is into our newsroom. Apparently a lot of the flames are down right now, so this is not live, this video that we're showing right now. But this is on the top of the Morris building, again on the corner of 4th Avenue and 9th Street. We're told 2 of the floors in this building have collapsed. This is a huge fire. The Huntington Fire Department calling all units to the scene this morning, and also from what I learned on Twitter from the city of Huntington, that many volunteer fire departments from the area also brought in as well. This is a name recognition building in downtown, really right there on the plaza. 4th Avenue, the main artery for downtown business, right up from 5th. This is where the Cabell County Public Library is, just a few doors down. All of that development happening on 4th Avenue that we've seen for so long. Star Furniture Building right next door. That's a name very familiar to longtime residents of Huntington. What people know at downtown know in the down floor is the Hibachi Steakhouse, again right next door. The people who are in that business have to be worried about what's happening with water damage right down there. Also, you've got the Morrison building, the Rushline building just a few doors down. Millions of dollars in development happening right down there as people are trying to rebuild that part of downtown with upscale housing. This is a live look right now of our tower cam. You can see there are still flames, I think, shooting from the roof there by what looks like a chimney stack on the right-hand side of that building. That's the orange building on the left-hand side of the screen. That right there is indeed the Morris building. Looking up its history, thanks to Marshall University, it would have celebrated its 100th anniversary next year, built in 1915, originally built as a hotel. Again, you could see if you walk the plaza heading towards Pullman Square, you could see the long faded painting on the side of the building that said it was a hotel and that many of the rooms actually had their own bathroom. Again, a very big deal. There's the Frederick Hotel right across the street, the West Virginia building, the tallest building there in the city. You can see it as well. All of that blocked traffic as there are dozens of fire trucks and dozens of personnel there, again, trying very hard to be able to get this thing under control. Unfortunately, the integrity of the building is in question at this point. This is a fire that's been burning now for about an hour and a half, I think. I got the call about an hour ago saying that there were crews down there to come in. I don't know the exact time that this started. We'll try to get that information for you. We've got several crews on the scene right now, including our managing editor here at WSAZ. He's down there along with News Channel 3's Dan Griffin, Rebecca Pewitt. Again, the Morris building, a name recognized building in downtown. Anyone who says, you know what, we're going to meet by the Morris building and we'll find a place to park. It's right there on 4th Avenue and again 9th Street right there at the plaza. For generations, the bottom of that building was home to Ford and Howard Shoe Store. Upstairs, I know there were apartments, major money being pumped in the past year and a half. Brickyard Pizza, I've been there, or Backyard Pizza, I've been there several times. You have to wait to get in there. The Peddler, the same owner, just opening up got kind of a brewery and hamburger joint right there in the corner. It was a place that people were talking about. Have you been to the Peddler yet? I was just there last week with News Channel 3's Brittany Hoke. The place was packed. Again, all part of revitalizing part of downtown. And we do have News Channel 3's Rebecca Pewitt. I know she's talked to people who are just sitting there, just stunned, saying, I can't believe this is changing the landscape of downtown Huntington. Can we go to her? Is she there now? Actually, we're going to go to News Channel 3's Dan Griffin. We're going to talk to him in just a second. Again, we've got 2 crews down there with names that you recognize. News Channel 3's Rebecca Pewitt and Dan Griffin. But a lot of people behind the scenes here at WSEZ are also there talking about this. This is just really blocks from our television station, but it's also the heart of downtown Huntington. Again, if you look, everything that you recognize about Huntington, you can see in this one picture. You've got the Renaissance Hotel, the West Virginia building, the Frederick, there's the St. James building on the right, that brick facade with a little bit of the tile right there in the middle of the picture, directly across from the smoke. That's the Keith Albee Theater. And again, all of this on 4th Avenue and 9th Street. News Channel 3's Dan Griffin joins us now live from downtown. Dan, what can you tell us?
We're here on 4th Avenue right now. As you can see behind me, so many emergency vehicles right now working. In the distance, there are so many firefighters that are just there trying to do their best, do their part to get this fire under control. From what I understand right now, it is just in the Morris building, though I haven't gotten anything else confirmed at the moment. I have talked to neighbors and people who are in that building about the issues that they're now facing. There are two businesses at the bottom, Backyard Pizza, the Peddler. Those are two newer local businesses. I talked to the business owners there. They were in tears. They were hurting because now a business they've worked so hard for is now been affected by this fire. I also just talked to someone who lived in that building up on the 5th floor, which is not the top floor, but the one right under. The details that he told me this morning, he woke up at about 9 a.m. A firefighter came banging on his door and told him, we need you to grab a shirt, grab some jeans, get what you want, just let's go, because we need to get you out of this building. And he told me on the way down, he was knocking on neighbors' doors, trying to warn them and make sure they could get out of there as well safely. Now, from what I understand, there weren't that many people that lived on the top floors there, but still very much a dangerous situation, a scary situation for these people who literally have everything they own in the top 2 floors of that building. Right now, firefighters working so hard to help save what might be salvageable. And, you know, standing here right now, looking at the building, if I could have my photographer pan up there for me, looking at the building, you can still see that smoke just pouring out. Downtown looking like a movie scene right now. It's just such an intense scene. And the emotions that are coming from people who live in that building, the emotions coming from people who work in that building, running so high right now. And right now there's state fire marshal, we've got fire departments here, people evacuated all along 4th Avenue and even farther down the street.
Dan, let's talk.
Ambulances.
Let's talk for just a second, if you can hear me. I know you're there on 4th Avenue at, if I'm guessing, you're right there at 4th Avenue and 8th Street, correct?
You're right.
Okay, so you're there at 4th. Talk to me about what's blocked at this point. Obviously 4th Avenue is blocked up, but can people get to Pullman Square through 8th Street right now, or is that blocked as well down 3rd Avenue?
No, we're talking, if you want to get anywhere in this area, you're not going to get far if you come through here. 8th Street is blocked off, 4th Avenue at 8th Street is blocked off. Up on 5th Avenue, which you can't really see, we've got an emergency vehicle blocking it right now, but beyond this emergency vehicle, 5th Avenue blocked off as well. There's really no getting around in this section. You're going to have to take a detour, probably up, down, maybe a few more streets, and then down to 3rd, maybe 9th Street. You're not getting through here. That's the case right now. There's just so many emergency vehicles, so much yellow tape blocking this off. There's no getting through.
I'm going to take this off.
And let's talk just a little bit, Dan. I know that I've been here a while. You're relatively new. I'm going to pass you off to the side. We can see what we're talking about there. We've got the Morris building directly behind you. That's where the fire is, where you see the ladder. Then as you walk up the street towards you, you will see the Star Furniture building at the bottom right there where the flashing lights are. Right there is the old, or is Hibachi's Chinese restaurants that we're now zooming in, so we really can't tell you what's happening right there. That's the MCA, Medical Claims Assistance building on the left-hand side. I know the old Pet Palace over there on the plaza just moved to the other side of the street. But again, as you see right there, 4th Avenue completely blocked at this point because of the fire. Here's our live tower cam showing them still pouring water on the top of that building. A lot going on downtown, lots of revitalization, lots of money being pumped into that. Of course, you've got the Frederick, that larger building right there, right across the street. The arcade, everyone knows the arcade who's been in Huntington their lifetime. The arcade going through its own kind of renaissance. A lot of the buildings, or all of the businesses that were in there, left. And what's in there now are condominiums. The entire place is condo. And again, as you walk down the street, you can see the money that's being pumped in there. You've got Whisk right across the street there from 9th Avenue. On 4th Avenue as well, you've got the Village Roaster, which is part of the Keith Albee Theater there at the bottom. And again, this is a live shot. You see the rain coming down, really not helping put that fire out, that's for sure. News Channel 3's Dan Griffin is there. But as you go down there, you can see where the fire truck is. You've got the Morris building there. Again, Hibachi Steakhouse. You've got the Center for Independent Living. You've got Backyard Pizza. And as you came down the street, you know, the old People's News, the old hobby shop down there. Again, all of that, as people stroll through downtown, they've got all those memories, and you kind of end up at the Morris building because it was right there on the corner with those big, giant windows at the bottom, almost 2 stories tall, that kind of said, hey, we know where we are. Let's meet there, and we'll head in that direction from there. Again, the Morris building evacuated the entire thing. All of Huntington's fire personnel there at the scene to try to get this thing under control. I learned from Twitter with the Huntington Twitter account that they had called in all of the local volunteer fire departments from around the region as well to kind of help battle this. Again, 4th Avenue completely shut down downtown. You can get by on 5th. I do not know about 3rd. I'm going to ask Dan to try to find that out. 3rd Avenue obviously is where Pullman Square is, to see if they've got crews there blocked off as well. But a lot of people, the good news on a Sunday morning is downtown isn't as heavily traveled as it would be, but an hour from now as churches let out and people head downtown to be able to have brunch or lunch with their families, it was a downtown destination obviously for people to spend some time before heading back to relax for the afternoon and get back to work on a Monday. Again, this is a breaking news alert: a fire at the Morris building, an iconic building in downtown Huntington with the name recognition right there in the heart of downtown. 4th Avenue and 9th Street at the Plaza. We will break in with more information as it becomes available. We'll send it back now to programming. Have a good morning. We're still here. I can tell you that 7th Street, we're told, is also closed as well. Okay. We'll send it back to Meet the Press.